My viewers, how are you doing? And I am so glad that you keep watching and you keep following these episodes. As always, this is Rena. Thank you so much for your patronage. Thank you for your sacrifice. This 1 hour that you take every week to just listen to us, we really do appreciate. On today's episode, I am so glad to have yet another man on set, and I am so honored that he came to share his story. Thank you so much. Please let us know what your names are.
Hello viewers, my name is Dennis Munene. I'm born again. I thank you, Mother, for welcoming this platform.
Please tell us more about Munene.
Munene I was born in Meru, in South Imenti constituency, Abogeta East Ward, and in Darene. That is a place called Darene.
Okay.
After that, I went to a primary school called Darene Primary School. At the age of 3. I have a brother. I would like to add also I have a brother, and I have a brother who we are at an age gap of 3 years.
Okay. So are you the firstborn?
I'm the second born.
So where you mentioned as your home, is that where you started going to school from?
Yeah, I started going to school in Darene, but we are with a nun. I and my brother, we are left with a nun. My parents are business people. They were in another constituency in Meru, that is Bore. They work in Kirua. Yeah.
So your parents left you with a nanny in your home, and they went away to work.
Yeah.
How young were you? How old were you when they left?
I will say that I was 3 years, and my brother was like 4 years, 5 years.
Munene, what would have made them not go with you?
I will say that my parents, the way I understand, they are hardworking, and it happens like this. Before we used to live with my mom, my dad was at work, so it was like this that because now my father had not much settled in that place. It was a new place, and he was training somehow. So later on, my mom joined him to help in the work. Yeah.
And why didn't you people go? Do you know why?
I will first, according to me, the reason why we did not accompany my mom to that place is that you find that my brother had already joined the school, and something else is that my mom, remember, my dad was not fully settled in that place, so they thought due to that, you find that we could not accompany them at the moment.
I can imagine the sacrifice your mom had to make, leaving her children behind to go and be with her husband. So did you start school from there, you and your brother? And how was it in primary school?
Primary school life was challenging. Remember, I was that at tender age, and you find that that time you don't have maybe the parent away, though we are having a nun. So my primary school level, I had some challenges in nursery. In fact, I repeated nursery twice. Yeah, and
Because
it
of
was
the
challenging.
because of the parent factor.
Somehow, there is that separation between the us and the parent. Though they were coming, but there was that particular separation. So due to that, there was a challenge there. Yeah, yes.
How was it staying with a nanny, Munene?
I was young that time, and it was challenging, by the way, and that's why after 2 years, my mom realized that there's a challenge, and that is my mom and dad realized there's a challenge, so they were to come for us. They came for us actually after like 2 years. Yeah.
So you were around what class? Class 1?
Still, I was in nursery school.
Okay.
Because I enjoyed nursery school when I was very young. I was 3 years that time. Yeah.
Okay. And then what happened when you went with them? Did you start school there?
When I went with them, I joined Kirua SDA, but I repeated nursery because for those 2 years I was not that much good in that is during that particular level of education, so I had to repeat.
Okay.
Yeah,
So now the motherly touch you needed,
yeah,
now you
yeah,
started
true,
getting
yeah,
that.
true, true.
Okay. And the
You had to
fatherly
score, yeah,
touch.
yeah.
And how was that, Munene?
Uh, in fact, we are very happy at that time because remember now you could go, your mom is around you and also your dad, and yeah, I was very happy. In fact, after that, it changed everything because at that particular time, I was doing well in academic. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm,
Amazing.
yeah.
For how long were you there?
After joining KSDA, I studied from nursery school up to grade class 5. Yeah, up to class 5, term 1. After that, we went to another. After that, you know, there was also a challenge still. My parents realized that remember, we are in town, we are growing in town. There's that interaction with maybe other people that maybe, the work that they do is somehow challenging. So they found that maybe with us being in town, we may not be able to achieve our dreams. So they were to take us back to Rena in our rural area that is here.
So the where you started life from is your home, is your main home.
Yeah.
They have invested there?
Yeah, they have invested at home and also in the other place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're taken back home
Yeah,
to.
I'm taken back. We were taken back with my brother. So we went back to Narene. We joined now Narene Primary School. I joined Narene Primary School in that is term 2, class 5, and my brother now was in class 6, term 2.
Mm-hmm.
After that, in Narene, we were with a nun and a particular worker, and now my dad had taken my grandmother to our place, so he was also helping us in one way or the other. So after that, they also realized that now because we are in a public school, and now maybe they are not around, they saw that there is also a particular challenge, so they took us to another boarding school. So we went to a particular boarding school in Kanyakine, Elite Academy, called Elite Academy. In Elite Academy, I joined that school in that is now class 6. Remember now, in class 6, and my brother was in class 7. The school life was also at first the school was good. The performance of the school was also good, but later on, there's that also challenges of management.
Is it a boarding school?
Yes, it was a boarding and also somehow a day school.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother, what happened is that my brother joined that school as a boarder, and now I was a day scholar.
Okay.
At class 6, I was a day scholar, but later on, I just became the boarder. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the school life was also somehow, at first, it was good. But later on, there was that challenge. The majority of the learners had left the school, and you find that now, for example, when I was in class 8, majority of the learners had left the school. So there was that particular challenge on the teachers also, because the teachers maybe they were not paid well. So you find that in class 8 we were left with only one person, one teacher. In fact, is the son of the owner of the school who was teaching us.
Oh.
Yeah. There was that challenge on the teachers and what. But at the end of all, we studied. We could do our personal studies because maybe the human resources are insufficient and what they are not enough. So we could do personal studies. At the end of all, I did get that good marks, but I had 299 marks. Yeah,
Which was good.
yeah.
So what was making the school not to have teachers? What was going on?
At that time, there was a challenge that majority of learners had left the school.
Okay.
So you find that due to that few learners in the school, the owner of the school also, remember the school and also developed some financial issues. So the owner of the schools, now the teachers that were employed, there were few. So that the reason.
Yeah. You said class 8 had one teacher.
In fact, class 8, when we were in class 8, remember the other streams or the other classes, in fact, it was up to now, at that time, it was up to from class 6, class 7, and class 8. The other learners had left the school.
The entire lower primary was gone.
Yeah, it was gone, and the learners were very few.
And how many teachers were there?
At that time, remember there was that one person who was teaching us.
The son of the owner.
Yes, but academically he was okay because he was studying in middle school.
Yeah.
Yes, he helped us a lot in mathematics and also other subjects. Also in the other classes now are taught. There is also another brother who came in. That is the other son also came in and teach the others.
And then now the father.
Yeah.
The father was also teaching.
He was not teaching, but he was a teacher. In fact, he's a very qualified teacher. Yeah, and a very good teacher, but he was not teaching. But
how many students in class 6?
There were very few. In fact, they were like 4.
4.
And in fact, after that, they left. In fact, we were the last class 8. The others left after that. Sometimes they left the school. So when we finished, we are the only class 8 in the school.
And how many were you?
We were like 20.
20 class 8. But you really did perform well.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Like someone just invested so much and then it was all lost.
Yeah.
How are they doing today?
The school is no longer there. It was closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so sorry for them. But I'm glad that at least you came out with some good marks. So where does Munene go from here?
From there, I went to Gikorone Boys. Gikorone Boys is a boys' school in South Imenti, and it is an extra county school. Now in Gikorone Boys, life was good. I would say it's a good school. I worked hard, and I got a B minus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is your brother all this time?
My brother, after that, after school, he went to. My brother now went to another school. After finishing, he went to another school, Merurere Boys. Yeah. After that, he finished also. Now he's a business person, but he have done several courses. Yeah.
Okay. So where does Munene go after high school?
After high school, remember after scoring a B minus, I had earned a B minus of 55 points. That time, for you to join a university as a government sponsored, you need to have, if you are a man or a boy child, you join campus with 60 points, that is B. And if for ladies, they were joining campus with 58, a B minus of 58. So because I earned 55, in fact, I failed in languages, but in sciences and other humanities, I'm very good. That is it. So after that, I joined the university, that is Kenyatta University. But remember, I did not have that particular point to join as a government sponsored. I joined the university as self-sponsored. Yeah.
And your parents were good enough?
Yeah, they were good. In fact, for those many years I've studied that is whether it's in private school and the college, I have not had any problem with the finances or fees. They were paying.
That is amazing.
Yes, they were paying, and they were paying promptly. Yeah.
That's good. I would like you to share with our viewers, during the beginning when you had to stay with a nanny and your parents were away, how did that affect you as a person?
I would say that at that beginning, there was that gap. Remember, there is that gap between because my parents were living away. There was that particular gap between us, or me, and also them, because now they are away. We are with a nanny. Remember that love of a parent will direct a person. I'm that tender age. Remember, I'm very young. we don't have that, maybe the parent are away, there's not that particular, there's that gap, there's not that much interaction, and what it affected me, I will say in academic, I will say it affected me somehow. And that's the reason why I was repeating. In fact, I was nursery school, I studied for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it affected me. Yeah.
How did it affect your social life?
Also my social life. Remember when we interact, we are with the parent, we're interacting him, you learn much. There is that also things you learn, you are communicating, the parent will counsel you, will advise you in a better way. So it could also affect me in terms of also social way in somehow, because by the way, at school I was very quiet. It's like in campus when I was now I interacted much, but both in my primary school and high school I was very quiet. I was very silent. I could not talk much. Yeah.
Because of that beginning.
Because of that beginning, I did not have that much social life. Yeah. The absence of my parents may have affected me in positive way and also negative way somehow. Because for example, in after now in my high school life, I could go back to the Rena where we were with a nanny and a worker. So what will happen is that I learned management life at that time. So that is a positive thing. Because like for example, when I was at home, I could manage home. I make sure, for example, the animals that we have, they are okay. The other things, the chicks, the what, all things at home, they are
Yeah.
okay, and they can consult me. We used to talk. So I have developed management skills in that time. But at a tender age, I will say there was a much problem. But when I had grown up at university level, because I could manage at home one way or the other, I have learned management life. Yeah.
So it taught you
Yeah,
independence.
it taught me independent. Yeah, true.
How about the other side of knowing your parents?
The other side of knowing my parents, because we could not interact much, so I may not have known them that much. Yeah, and what I may not have known them much because for all my life I've been at home. Remember, we have two homes. We have Zarene and Kirua. So I could say I've not known that much because we have not much that interacted that much. Yeah, but on it has taught me that self-reliance and what we am saying, the management skills. It has taught me that, but also on knowing them, I know I may not have known them that much because there is no that bigger interaction. Like for example, when I'm at home during the holiday, even when for example, during campus life, there is a time, like for example, that during that long holiday for 3 years, because 3 months, that is for like 3 months or 4 months, I could stay at home. I managed at home, and my parents could somehow stay for those 4 months without coming because now I'm there. I'm handling everything. They could send money in case of anything. They send money. I just go. I buy. We do what I. If, for example, in the work is supposed to be done, I supervise. So somehow I benefited on that in terms of management because I could manage everything. But when, for example, I'm in school, they could come at home frequently. Maybe they could come fortnight or sometimes once, sometimes in every week at least once. So you find that when I'm at home, they trusted me. In fact, because of that, maybe confidentiality and also management skills, and how I could handle things at home, there was that trust between me and them. So there was that particular trust. But on also in terms of that gap, there was also challenge, and mostly the challenge was at a tender age. Yeah.
So when you matured, you've known that it's okay and you've learned out of it, like how to be independent.
Yeah, true.
So that for you is a plus.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
As you have learned from the story, I've grown up away from the parent. And what I'll just say is that even without parent being close, God can always be with you. So what I will just encourage you is that always take that positive thing, not take that particular negative thing that now maybe you are somehow away from the parent. You just need to learn that particular positive thing. Like for example, become you that particular thing that you learn, like being courageous, like being that is you can be, for example, a good manager or a director and all that. So I will just encourage you, you always take that particular positive thing, and God can also will always be with you every time. Yeah.
I thank God for your parents that in spite of the separation and the distance,
Yeah, true.
they have taken care of you financially and you've gotten to where you are today.
Yeah, true.
You're now a teacher.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm a teacher, a CBC champion. Yeah, I teach in junior secondary. Yeah,
Thank you so much, Munene.
welcome.
Thank you for sharing your story. And I believe there'll be a part 2.
Yeah.
There is a different part of your story that we've not discussed. And I would want you to come back and share that.
Okay, thank you, mother.
Thank you for being here. We wish you all the best. Asante sana.
Hey, welcome. Karibu.
Thank you, viewers. Thank you for watching. As always, this is Martha Rena Stories. And remember, if you have a story to share with us, please stick around and check the end of this story and the end of this episode on how you can get in touch with me so that I can host you to come and share. Thank you for watching, and please remember to subscribe, and you will be able to know when we have new episodes in place. Asante sana. Thank you. We even appreciate our guest Munene, and we pray that God will continue bringing in more men who can share with us their amazing stories. Asante sana. This is Martha Rena. Kwaheri.